right, we'll start again. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This is the public hearing. This public hearing is called to order at 6:47 p.m. on Monday, March 11th at East Midwood Jewish Center. The purpose of this hearing is to hear public testimony by community members with respect to the citywide statement of needs for city facilities for fiscal years 2025-2026. In accordance with Section 204 of the New York City Charter, the mayor has submitted New York City needs for facilities for public review and comment. The purpose of this statement is twofold: to inform the public at the earliest possible stage of the city's future needs for facilities and the specific criteria for selecting these locations, and to provide information about existing distributions of city property. The statement of needs was made available for review on the CB14 website. The statement of needs describes city facilities that are proposed for closing or expansion in the next 2 years. Community Board 14 will be submitting these comments on these documents no later than, do you know what date? End of March? Yes. The end of March. Members of the public were asked to register at the back table to submit testimony for this hearing. Are there any registered speakers from the public? Thank you. There are none. District Manager Sean Campbell has reviewed the statement of needs and will highlight the plan as they pertain to CB14.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This year's statement of citywide needs doesn't vary a great deal from last year's. There hasn't been a seismic shift in facilities in the city, let alone our borough. But I will point out, I know board members received this and had an opportunity to review it. I'm wondering, did anybody notice the one outstanding addition to this year's citywide statement of needs? You get to be board member of the month if you saw it.
Was it NYPD?
Yes,
NYPD?
good guess, Carl.
Yep.
So NYPD, the need for a 70th precinct house was finally included in this year's citywide needs statement. And so there's square footage is there, the need for 300 personnel, the parking requirement. It doesn't mean that it will be any easier to find a location, but the city's acknowledgement of that need is gratifying, and it means I have to edit last year's letter. The other thing of note is to realize how fortunate we are that we are not among the community boards for which the city is seeking new offices. 6, 13, and 16 all need new offices. We will be asking if there's anything in the citywide statement of needs that are identified for the borough of Brooklyn, but have not been district identified, whether there are any locations in District 14 under consideration. We will ask that question for just a couple of sites. There's the Mayor's Office of Media and Entertainment is looking for space. It's only 3,700 square feet. It's probably we can accommodate that in this district. Unlike the Brooklyn DA's office is looking for 160,000 square feet for document storage alone. We probably don't have capacity for that in the district, but there's some Department of Probation for some raise the age administrative offices, so we will seek additional information on types of facilities like that and certainly ask them to make sure we know if CD14 comes under consideration. And that is what I propose we submit in our letter, acknowledgement of the precinct, questions about any potential locations for facilities outstanding in the borough. And that will be a short letter. Thank you.
Thank you, District Manager Sean Campbell. Any comments from board members at this time? Okay, then I'm looking for a recommendation to as Sean Campbell has testified here today, what she will include in the letter in response to the statement. Are we in agreement that these are the manner of items that we'd like to include in the response to the statement? Okay. Anyone opposed? Or anyone ineligible to vote? Alrighty, I'll make that recommendation to the full board at the general board meeting following this at 7 o'clock. This public hearing is closed at 6:49. We will reconvene at 7 o'clock to have our general board meeting for March. Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to the March General Meeting of Community Board 14. This meeting of Brooklyn Community Board 14 is called to order on Monday, March 11th, 2024 at 7 o'clock p.m. under the applicable statutes of New York State, the Charter of New York City, the Board's bylaws, and Robert's Rules of Order. The Board's policy is to encourage detailed public discussion of matters before the Board at our committee meetings and at public hearings. Consequently, except by Board members, there will be no public discussion at our regular monthly meeting of matters about which a public hearing or committee meeting has been held. Specific service delivery requests or complaints should be brought to the attention of the district office by calling the Board office during regular business hours or by visiting our website anytime. Other matters of civic interest may be brought before the Board during our scheduled public comment period, which begins tonight.
Joanne Brown.
Here.
Michelle Johnson. Edward Zen. Carmen Sorval. Carl Henry Cesar.
Here.
Lorenzia Che Vegeta. Yvette Clergy. Mark Cohen. Stephen Cohen.
Here.
Elizabeth Dennis. Here. Derek Donald.
Here.
Sabina Dorvo. Joseph Dwack.
Here.
David Axton. Lee Harmon. Here. Musa Hassoun. William Hatter. Liddy Harris. Mordechai Lazarski.
Here.
Monica Johnson. Shahid Khan.
Here.
Naomi Lipnick. Donald Logan. Sasha Masłuski. Melissa Minnick. Ephraim Nuremberg.
Present.
Eric Ost. Ornella Parker. Here. Susan Phillip. Svi Platzker.
Here.
Edward Powell. Martin Passau.
Here.
Mohammed Bazmi. Baza Ruhi. Nina Sadler. Talisha Simba. Moshe Schoenfeld. Joe Stulo. Jules here? Gail L. Smith. Abraham Truff. Deb Wolfman. Abraham Truff.
What Kilroppin is here?
Yeah. Abraham Truff is not here. Deborah Valentin. Corzan Valiente.
Dawn Marie Walker. Glenn Wallen. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Madam Secretary. Just a bit of housekeeping. You've received a ballot. If you can hold on to those until we get to the portion of the chair's report where we have elections, and then I'll instruct you to bring your ballot up to the back desk. Thank you. Moving on to the minutes. Board members received their minutes via email and were available at the back table. Were there any changes to those minutes of the February 2024 general meeting via email? No changes via email. Are there any changes from the floor of those minutes? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adopt the minutes of the February 2024 general board meeting? Seconded. Thank you. All those in favor? Anyone opposed? And anyone abstaining from the vote? Okay, thank you. Moving on to the district manager's report.
Good evening, everybody. I just want to quickly go over a few of the meetings and community gatherings that I've attended since our last meeting. We had a Borough Service Cabinet meeting with a presentation by NYPD about the paper plates. That was interesting, and we're going to work with NYPD for increased enforcement. I also attended the 70th Precinct Community Council meeting and attended, you'll hear more about it later, but attended Borough Board as well in order to present testimony on behalf of Community Board 14, reflecting CB14's past support for the Lakeshore Project, which was publicly heard at the Borough Board, voted upon, and overwhelmingly approved there. Also, the future of community boards has recently been focusing on some O&B procedures with the effort to ensure transparency, and we thank the Comptroller's Office for support on some of those inquiries and efforts. Then you'll also hear more about this, and I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, but we also had a youth conference last week, which was very successful and super gratifying, and hundreds of young people who came through a monsoon to be there, which just demonstrates their interest in taking advantage of opportunities that are there for them. There will be plenty of thanks to those of you who assisted with this effort. I'm behind on my own, but I just want to call out some members of the public who assisted us with the mock interviews. The Honorable Lauren Bailey Schiffman, Dr. David Bloomfield, Steve Schechter, Jackson Rockenster, Wayne Rosenfeld from here at EMJC. We come here and then he comes to us sometimes. Robin Redmond from FDC, Kenneth Ombuno from the Flatbush Junction bid, Sasha Sanjin from the Public Advocate's Office, and Lucy Philpott, our Fund for the City of New York Planning Fellow, who did such great work on the Newkirk Plaza project, is sticking around and still devoting some of her time. There's so many of you in this room who also deserve thanks, but I just wanted to focus on them because they were off the board and friends of the board, and they're continuing to do friendly things for us. So stay tuned for more information about the youth conference. And thanks everybody here for all of your help getting that off the ground and successful once again.
I just wanted to acknowledge representatives from our elected officials. In no particular order, from Councilmember Rita Joseph's office, we have Brian Grady. Welcome. From Councilmember Farrah Lewis's office, we have Avraham Malachowski. Welcome. That's all I'm seeing. I'm sorry, one more. From DA Eric Gonzalez's office, we have Nancy Lulu. And hi. Wait, let me find you. From State Senator Zelnor Myries, District Portia Edwards. Nice to see you. Did I miss anyone else out there? Yes. Taisha Allen from Assembly Member, hold on, I know. Rodney Bichot Hummerlin, thank you. Welcome. Moving on to the chair's report. Good evening, board members. March is Women Histories Month. March is also National Nutrition Month. Ask me anything. And for those celebrating the following holidays, Ramadan Mubarak, may you celebrate Ramadan with the spirit of patience, resilience, and goodwill during this holy month. Offering wishes for a very happy Purim. I hope your holly is full of friendship and joy, and happy Easter to those who are celebrating. Moving on to the public hearing. A public hearing was called to order on Monday, March 11th, 2024 at the East Midwood Jewish Center. The purpose of this hearing was to hear public testimony by community members, community board members, and community members with respect to the citywide statement of needs for city facilities for fiscal years 2025 to 26, In accordance with Section 204 of the New York City Charter, the mayor has submitted New York City needs for facilities for public review and comment. The purpose of this statement is twofold: to inform the public of the earliest possible stage of the city's future needs for facilities and the specific criteria for selecting their locations, and to provide information about existing distribution of city properties. The statement of need was made available for review on the CB14 website, and the statement of needs, we will be submitting comments on these documents by the end of March of this year. District Manager Sean Campbell provided testimony and highlighted that the 70th precinct for the first time was mentioned as part of that statement of needs. In the response that she will draft, she will acknowledge that, as well as ask, as she does every year, if there are any undesignated properties in Brooklyn that may in the future be slated for Community District 14, that we be amply notified. Board members that were in attendance of that public meeting recommend to approve the comments and the statement that was fashioned by District Manager Sean Campbell in response to this statement. At this time, are there any questions from board members about the public hearing? Okay. Seeing none, do I have a motion to adopt the recommendation to approve the items that were mentioned by District Manager Sean Campbell in response to the statement? Thank you. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Anyone opposed? Anyone abstaining from voting? And anyone ineligible to vote? Okay. Thank you very much. The motion carries. Moving on to the Borough Board report. Thank you very much to Carl Henry Cesar, First Vice Chair, for representing CB14 at this meeting. At this meeting, a public hearing was held regarding the 25-acre master plan concept and a more developed design for Phase 1 of the Lakeshore Waterfront Restoration Project in historic Prospect Park. As reported by Lillian Liu from the Prospect Park Alliance, Phase 1 of the plan received $3 million in funding from the Brooklyn delegation and Mayor Eric Adams. The anticipated construction start date is 2026, with the completion of 2027. The project aims to restore the shoreline to its historic precedent, improve ADA accessibility, and create more stormwater capacity. Thank you to District Manager Sean Campbell for testifying as to the CB14 support of this project. To quote a portion of her testimony that is of interest, from 2012 to 2022, the New York City Comptroller approved $15 million in flooding claims, nearly enough to pay for this project. So look at the Lakeshore as an investment that will pay for itself while also providing environmental benefits of great importance to the park, wildlife, the greater environment, park users, and the surrounding community. Borough Board voted to carry, and the vote carried through Borough Board and approved the project. Next, there was a presentation from Tanya Garter, Chief Outreach and Engagement Officer from the New York City Independent Budget Office regarding an analysis of the mayor's fiscal year 2025 budget. Questions from Borough Board members were fielded and answered. Lastly, there was a motion to change the April Borough Board meeting date as it currently falls on primary day. The motion did not carry as quorum was lost. This ends the Borough Board report. Next item, pursuant to the Mayor's Personnel Order number 2024-1 and 2024-2, there is an agency recruitment, retention, and merit fund available. This fund equals 1.43% of each agency's total salaries for original jurisdiction and managerial employees, effective February 2nd, 2024. As agency head, I have accepted this offer to add these funds to the salaries of eligible managerial employees. The funding will be based on managerial payroll as of January 1st, 2024. Any questions? Okay, thank you very much. Moving on. As chair of Community Board 14, I am a member of a newly formed coalition called Brooklyn Needs Downstate to advocate against the full closure of Downstate Hospital located in Community District 9. Members of this coalition include physicians, healthcare workers, public health experts, members of the clergy, community leaders, and community members. As of this morning, I signed on to a petition to urge Governor Hochul to reconsider the decision to close the 150 acute care beds and to work with stakeholders, such as the coalition members, to find a meaningful solution to solve the fiscal and facility problems that are driving this measure. Community Board 9 will be holding an emergency town hall meeting. It was originally scheduled for this coming Wednesday, but there is a conflict with the borough president's address. So once we get a new date, and a new time, and a location, we'll keep everyone posted if you're interested in attending. No, it's to be determined. Okay. Any questions on that matter? Quiet bunch, thank you. Ad hoc committee. At February's general meeting, this board ratified a chair's motion to approve the formation of an ad hoc transition committee to evaluate the state of the board's membership after appointment periods and to provide a space for the passing of institutional knowledge as we near term limits. The following members are those who volunteered for the transition committee. Ornella Parker and Stephen Cohen shall co-chair the committee. Committee members are Liz Denise, Benjamin Bignette, and Joanne Brown. The newly elected chair shall serve as an ex officio member to this committee as the chair does for all committees. And there's room for more members, so if you're interested, please reach out to the board office, and we might call on some of our longer-term members to perhaps give presentations at that time when we're looking for institutional knowledge to be passed down. I'm looking at you two in the front there. On March 21st, and then another matter regarding transition. On March 21st, the elected chair of this board and myself, along with the chairs of the 18 other community boards in Brooklyn, will be meeting with Borough Hall to discuss best practices to ensure our transitions go smoothly as we approach term limits. Oh, election of officers, everyone. I'm just running through this report tonight. Whew. Oh, no. I just wanted to announce that we have another representative of our elected official here, Mary Kay Siri from Assemblymember Bobby Carroll's office. Welcome, thank you for coming. I'm sorry you were a little late. All right, tonight we're holding annual elections for the executive committee. Before we commence, I wanted to say a few words regarding my tenure as chair. Sorry. That helped. No, that helped. Actually, that helped. Thanks. Thank you, board members, for your trust in me. Thank you for your patience as we navigated difficult times in items like the City of Yes zoning text amendment and the unprecedented death of board member and friend Dwayne Joseph. Okay. Thank you, District Manager Sean Campbell, for her grace when I chose grit and her invaluable problem solving when I was at a crossroads. Thank you so much to Patricia. Thanks. Hospital tissues. Only healthcare workers carry these. Thank you. Thank you to Patricia and Sarah for all of their hard work to serve this community. When I look back, I'm particularly proud of a few things that we accomplished. Ensuring that our single tax lot grocery stores became part of the FRESH program. This will provide zoning and tax incentives so our grocery stores will be restored when the lot is redeveloped. I'm very proud of the addition of adult fitness equipment in Uma Park, which is a direct product of our extensive responses to the Borough President's comprehensive plan. In a conversation with parks designers assigned to Uma Park, I casually mentioned that we had identified the need for third spaces and adult fitness equipment in our analysis, and Parks thought it was a great idea and included it in their design. And lastly, I'm proud of the work that I've done to improve one-on-one communications amongst community board chairpersons across Brooklyn. Now we have a dedicated chat where we can share ideas, concerns, and best practices, and we reach out to each other regularly. All right, so on to elections. For chair, we have one nomination, Carl Henry Cesar. For first vice chair, we have two nominations, Ed Sen and Elizabeth Denise. For second vice chair, we have Hindi Bendel. For third vice chair, single nomination for Shahid Khan. For secretary, single nomination for Florencia Changajita. And for members at large, we have two nominations and two positions, Eric Ost and Deborah Valentin. For the position of vice chair, the election will be conducted via paper ballot. For the position of first vice chair, the election will be conducted via paper ballot. You received your ballot upon sign-in of this meeting. At this time, please complete your ballot and return them to the back table for collection. We will take a short recess as this happens, and then we will move forward. Thanks. I was not expecting to get upset. Oh yeah, I'll bring it up.
Do it, see?
Just double checking that everybody handed in their ballot. This is almost the last call for ballots. Yes, hi. When you take it? Yeah, of course. ahead, Keith. No, there's actually, if you look at the windows of the community board, it has my name on it. Hey, you all know that you're gonna switch seats, right? Well, maybe.
Yes.
Once the election's over, you're gonna go to your other seat. Mhm. Your reign starts as soon as I announce it. Yeah, Carl's taking over the meeting.
So there is a kind of a golden era of John.
This is the end. My goat's over there.
So now you are public seat.
He's gonna do it.
So now you sit on the public seat. Oh. So we are still officer. Set. Ready. Izzy Weiss. Okay. Welcome back from recess, everyone. That was quick. Thank you so much for your speedy votes. I just wanted to mention the presence of a representative from an elected official from Councilmember Ina Vernikoff's office, Izzy Weiss. Welcome. Alrighty, we're going to start with the the positions that had single nominations, and those are for chair, second vice chair, third vice chair, secretary, and member at large. Will the secretary please cast a single vote for those single nomination executive positions, please?
So moved.
Madam Secretary, is there a tally of votes for the position of first vice chair?
Yes.
May I have them, please?
You want the number or you want?
All righty. For the position of first vice chair, that will be Edward Sun. Well,
Now we play musical chairs.
now we play musical chairs. Congratulations to the new members of the Executive Committee. A special congratulations to Carl Henry Cesar, the new chairperson of Community Board 14. Stuff. I'm taking this. It's mine. All right, here's your gavel. Enjoy.
I will. Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
All right, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. It's a jacket. Fine. It's a jacket. It's a jacket, man. It's fine. Thank you, my guy. Thank you very much. Eric, man, we're going to have to get up and do our report and get back down there. It's going to be great. Yeah. I mean, we're people. All right, we're ready? Thank you very much. Oh, boy. So, folks, we're back. Now I know how Robert Saleh felt after Rogers went down. Oh, boy. So first thing again, there aren't enough words, so Joanne. Yes, a million bajillion thank you, Steve. Joe Dweck. Oh, man. It's simple. I am nervous, scared, and excited. You know, we're not going to. We'll be undefeated in that regard. I'm nervous and excited because, as all of us know who are in this room, there's a lot of people who care. There's a lot of things that people need help with. And that number is only going to grow. But the reason I'm more excited is because all of you in here are wonderful. And so there's a lot of great stuff that I look forward to working with all of us here, and then the future board members and the people outside of the room at various parts throughout the city. And so with that said, this ends the chair's report.
You can recognize
And in my first thing, I recognize Eileen Mulaney Newman from the Borough President's Office. Achievement unlocked. And so with that, we'll go to the topical committees. And so first off will be Youth Services, followed by Community Environment. So let's go.
wearing many hats.
All right, so I'm Carl Henry Cesar.
Hello, Carl.
Hello, Eric.
My name is Eric Ost. We are the co-chairs of the Youth Services Education Libraries Committee. Do you want to start?
Sure, so main thing is, as people may have known, Wednesday, March 6th, we had our 17th annual youth conference celebrating the life of Dwayne Joseph, and in rain that was very similar to Jurassic Park. Hundreds of students showed up and tons of organizations showed up, and the energy was amazing, and there's a million people to thank, in addition to the people that District Manager Campbell had referenced regarding the mock interviews earlier.
So should I start with those thanks?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there was so many board members in here who were there volunteering, both helping with the organizations and also helping guide students, giving out snacks. And Patricia and Sarah, you guys, just a million thank yous for all your work. And Sean, just really, you guys do such a great job, and it's just wonderful. I mean, over 50 organizations. I really was shocked when I walked in, and I mean, it was pouring rain even a half hour before it started, and it was packed with organizations. I was like, what? I was so impressed, and to me, it just spoke to people's dedication to the youth of our community, and that people would just prioritize that and not even blink at the rain. And then the kids rolled in, and they didn't blink either. And so it was just really impressive, and so a big shout out to everybody, and let's do it again next year. Yeah.
That's it, folks. Yep.
Excuse me, one more.
Yeah, one more.
Actually, two things. One, a thank you to Mark, the cameraman, who is going to be helping us make a video and promote it at the next one. So we really appreciate that. And also, I think a shout out to Dwayne. And there was a lovely poster of him, really almost mural size. And I know his family was there, and I don't know, just to see his smiling face looking over it felt right. So he obviously had something to do with that. I had two things. So we have two other announcements. One is that the Summer Youth Employment Program, for those of you who don't know, the nation's largest youth employment program connecting youth ages 14 to 24. The deadline for that has been extended to March 15th. So it is the 11th. You can go to nyc.gov. There's still opportunity for kids to apply. So if you are working with youth and you can share that, they still have time for job or career exploration opportunities. And the other thing I wanted to mention for students who are kindergarten through 8th grade, the Summer Rising program is accepting applications. And so anyone who's in the public school system, parents can apply. It's a free program. It runs from July 2nd to August 16th, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And you can apply for that on schools.nyc.gov. There are parent webinars, if you don't know anything about it and want to learn more about it, tomorrow and on the 14th. So that's a great opportunity. If you don't know, contact the parent coordinator. They can help you with the application. So those are our...
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'd like to tell everybody, this youth conference is unique in the city. With there's 51 community boards in the city, this is the only one that's ever done it. And they've done it for 17 years. It's unbelievable the thousands of lives that this community board has affected. It's unbelievable. God bless everybody here. Really.
Thank you so much, and that's our report. All right, so next up is Community Environment, Cultural Affairs, and Economic Development.
Good evening. My name is Melissa Minnick,
Ed Sen,
and we're the co-chairs of...
the Community Environment, Cultural Affairs, and Economic Development Committee. So, yeah, go ahead.
Sure. So last month our committee met. We had a presentation of a couple different things. First, we had a presentation by the Gravesend Tributary Project, which did a great presentation looking at plans on installing green infrastructure.
And specifically, we're talking about replacing panels on the streets so that they're more porous to allow to prevent flooding in certain streets in our district. So DDC did present this alongside with DEP, and they had specific streets in mind within the district, and with coordination with our office, we'll make recommendations as necessary for those streets like East 10th Street that are particularly prone to flooding, and that was not on their list. So we'll wait to hear back from them for future updates for this particular project, but it is really exciting to see that this is coming to our district.
And we actually paired that with a presentation on the free tax prep services that we have in the city, and that's from the Department of Consumer and Worker Protections. It is tax preparation season, so that is something that's available to everybody in New York City if you're under a certain income level, and it was really great to hear about that.
And just lastly, we had a quick announcement from DSNY regarding new containerization requirements for businesses. So starting March 1st, businesses in New York City have to have containerized trash cans, or trash cans with lids on them, essentially. Next month, we'll be hearing from Parks. There was a glitch in their initial presentation regarding Let's Green NYC. They'll be back in April to share more about their volunteering program. The date is TBD. We're thinking April 18th, Sean? Okay, so the date will be April 18th for our next committee meeting. So thank you all.
Thank you both for that report. So next up is the Housing and Land Use Committee.
Good evening. I'm Greg Alvarez. This is Talisha Sainville. We're the co-chairs of the Housing and Land Use Committee. We are having a meeting, and it is going to be on March 18th via WebEx at 6:30 p.m. Sorry, I can't. I'm blind. So 2 topics for the evening. We're going to get to part 3 of the City of Yes. This is the last part of 3 parts, and it is going to be for housing opportunities. So this is the pre-certification presentation. We're still early in the process, but we'll have Hanif Yazdi from the Department of City Planning to present, so we can start to learn what the changes, what the amendments are proposed for that. Secondly, we're going to have a discussion of neighborhood housing concerns and issues, and we're going to have a representative of the Flatbush Tenant Coalition. So we invite everybody to join us on WebEx on the 18th. Thank you very much.
Board Member Persson.
At DCP? Yeah, and it was approved. But there was. I'll post the entirety of the approval because there were some concerns heard, and they're reflected in some of the conditions are reflected in the approval. So I'll get that up on our website.
Okay.
It's also in our minutes. It's also in our minutes. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but we'll post it as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So next up, Human Services Committee, please. Oh, Transportation? My bad. So then, Transportation, please. Here we go.
Just a short report here. We have a meeting. I'm Joel Siegel, co-chair of the Transportation Committee. We have a meeting on the 26th. We're going to get an update from the MTA on capital projects and the state of good repairs projects in our district. and we will have a presentation from the Riders Alliance on the Fair Fares New York City program. And then we may have some other business. So that's what we got coming up on the 26th, public meeting, WebEx. You're all invited to attend. You never know, Taylor Swift might show up. So.
If you know something we don't, Joel, now's the time to tell us.
I mean, I'm sure she read something.
And next up, Community Safety Committee.
Mindy, you want to just relax there? And sure. All right, we didn't have a meeting last month. We're not having a meeting this month, but you're not off the hook because I did go to the 7-0 Community Council meeting. And since the inspector isn't here, I'll throw out a few figures that he presented to us. There have been 177 major crimes this year to date versus 220 previously. So in general, things have gotten better. He did point out a few things which have been upticks, which I always find interesting. Sadly, one is domestic violence, which he said is typical this time of year if you chart, like March, going back through the years. Evidently, as he said, and it was especially acute during COVID, is that when you have people, bad weather, stuck in an apartment, and again, especially through COVID, this is, he said it's fairly typical and doesn't really indicate anything that he seems alarming, excessively so. There's been an uptick in vehicle break-ins. In the past, he's given various pointers. I won't review those. He said there have been 10 car thefts per month. Doesn't sound like a lot unless it's your car. And last, there's also traffic thing, uptick in car collisions. So Vision Zero is not really working in our precinct area, so drive safely. And that's all.
And thank you very much for the Board Member Dweck. Yep.
I'm Joe Dweck. I happen to be a official liaison to NYPD. And by the way, I'll give you all my cell phone. You could call me anytime. Anybody has a question or anything. The reason I'm here is to tell you that Chief Joe Esposito had passed away 2 months ago. He lived here. The reason I'm telling you is that he was important to you and to all of us. 30 years ago, we had riots in Crown Heights, and Espo was the chief of Brooklyn. It came from the top to let the riots continue. People were being killed. Houses were being burned. Businesses were being looted. He said, "To hell with this. I'm not letting it happen." He took the streets back. And from then till now, we've had law and order. At the time he became chief, there were 2,200 murders a year in the city. He got it down to 250. There's 50,000, mostly black kids, alive today because of Joe Esposito. You said there's about 10 vehicle thefts a month. When he started here, we had 4,300 a year in this precinct alone. If you remember, there was signs in the cars, no radio, unlocked, no spare tire, if you remember that. He got it down to 116 from 4,300 just for this precinct. Citywide, the reduction in crime was something that nobody's ever seen, ever. He was tough as nails. He was in charge of 45,000 cops, and and he had to do some, some not bad stuff. He had to tell people they were wrong. Well, they would take a bullet for him. They would come to his house here in Wellington. He was here for 53 years. I got a problem. He would come out and help them with the problem. To tell you how tough he was one thing. On Thanksgiving, he would not man the Thanksgiving food bank. He had them come into his house. He called the precinct to open the doors and let the homeless come in to be comfortable and have showers. He was an unbelievable person, and I want you to understand what his loss was. The unbelievable contribution this one man made to the city and all of your lives. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. My phone number, 917-821-7877. That's 917-821-7877. I am available 24 hours a day for the entire city. And believe me, I go through the entire city.
Thank you, Board Member Dweck. Next up, we have the Human Services Committee.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Florencia Changajita, and
I'm Yvette Clear Jean. Our next meeting will be on Wednesday, April 3rd at 6:30 via WebEx. We hope that you'll all join us. We have a few organizations who are interested in presenting to our committee, and we'll also be planning our nonprofit roundtable, which will be in May. So I hope you'll join us on April 3rd.
Thank you for that. Yvette, you made Sean gasp over here. So also a quick thank you to, again, a quick shout out to Wayne Rosenfeld and East Midwood Jewish Center for hosting our meeting. And double shout out to Mark Moss for live streaming this meeting as well. So. Okay, so this brings us to our public comment period. And so board members are expected to remain for this public comment period. Speakers can sign up for time with Patricia Olender at the back of the room up until the beginning of the public comment period. And matters of civic interest and announcements of public events are invited. No partisan political appeals or advertising of for-profit enterprises are permitted. So please, folks, just keep that in mind. Each speaker will be permitted to speak for up to 3 minutes and may not receive additional time from another speaker. Speakers are directed to address the assembly from the front of the room. And at the conclusion of the 3-minute period, each speaker must return to their seat. The board has an obligation to conduct its business in an orderly manner. And so if by chance any person is preventing the meeting from continuing, we may ask this individual to leave. And so, let's see. So it is now 7:52 p.m. And the first speaker is Madeline. I apologize. Is the last name, how do I pronounce your last name? Brand Fonbrenner. Thank you so much. And you are with the organization, is it My Connects? New York Connects. Okay, thank you so much.
Hi, folks. My name is Madeline. I'm a social worker with New York Connects Brooklyn. New York Connects is a program by New York City Department of Aging. We provide free telephonic support like case management, home visits for isolated homebound individuals, resources and referrals to communities in need. We serve seniors, people with disabilities across the lifespan, friends and neighbors, professionals who interface with any of these populations. Every county in New York State has a New York Connects provider, and so we all provide person-centered, strengths-based approach to options counseling, and we provide free, unbiased resources regardless of income level. Our goals are increasing access to food, healthcare, shelter, and social supports, assisting individuals with obtaining legal services, educating community members and supporting them through various life challenges, and also care coordination after long-term stays in hospitals and nursing homes. We have an office at 1655 Flatbush Avenue between I and H, and we're available for drop-ins Monday to Thursday, and on Fridays appointments only. And so we participate in public outreach and education, and we would like to be a referral, we'd like for you guys to be a referral source for us. But I have pamphlets, so I'll hand them out to the front and then anyone else who wants. That's it.
Thank you so much, Madeline. We look forward to having these. Yes. Okay. So next person up, we have Nancy Lulu.
Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I bring greetings on behalf of DA Gonzalez to everyone. Just wanted to share that the DA on Sunday was in the confines of CB14 at an event at the American Council Minority of Women for a pre-Ramadan food distribution event. It was really great to be here. To our Muslim neighbors and friends, wishing you all a blessed and meaningful holy holy month of Ramadan. Just wanted to share that our office will be holding an annual Women History Month event, empowering women through information on March 14th at Medgar Evers University from 1 to 3. Please RSVP at communityaffairs@brooklynda.org. As always, I want to remind everyone, if there is a public safety matter or concern you would like to address with the DA's office, to call our Action Center. The number there is 718-250-2340. Wishing everyone happy upcoming holidays, or Ramadan, Purim, and everything. And as always, I would like to thank Community Board 14, and more important than anything, I want to congratulate all the new Community Board members and thank the exiting Community Board members. Joanne Brown, thank you so much for everything. Joe Dwake and Mark Cohen, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And hopefully we'll see you in upcoming meetings. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nancy. So next up, we have Amanda. Am I pronouncing your last name Bauer or Baker? Baker. Amanda, question for you. We have a podium and we also have like a handheld mic. Would you prefer the handheld mic? Okay, no problems.
Check, check.
Okay, you're up.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for staying for this meeting. The library just has a few quick announcements. So we're asking that everybody, if they're library supporters, send a letter to investinlibraries.org. We're currently looking at a $58.3 million budget cut for the next fiscal year, which not only could affect programming, but can affect staffing and open hours. So if you have any community members that really love their libraries, please do send in those letters. And that is investinlibraries.org. Tax help at BPL, as some have mentioned earlier, Brooklyn Library is one of the resources providing free tax help. So you can check our website to see which locations. Flatbush Library is one of the libraries in this region that's doing that. And then teen writing contest submissions. So anyone grades 6 through 12 are invited to submit poetry or prose to Brooklyn Public Library. The deadline is March 31st. There's there's cash prizes, $500 for first place for each high school and middle school in prose and poetry, and then lesser prizes for second place and honorary mentions. You can stop into any Brooklyn Library location for a teen writing booklet, and we really hope to get some submissions. And a few things for Flatbush. In the month of April, we're having AARP do a few programs there, one of which is resume help for people of all ages, and the other is how to make your home safe for aging adults. That's also open to all ages, but definitely geared towards adults as they prepare their homes while they're aging. And there's flyers for all of the events in the back. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have Brian Grady.
Hi, good evening. I'm Brian Grady. I'm the Director of Constituent Services for Councilmember Rita Joseph. I just want to start by congratulating the new leadership of Community Board 14. It's great to be here this evening. And just also to wish everyone Ramadan Mubarak, Happy Purim, and a Happy Easter. Just to start, I have an announcement that I don't have a flyer for, but just a reminder to any homeowners qualifying for tax exemptions through the New York City Department of Finance. Those renewals or applications are due this Friday, March 15th. So if you haven't gotten them done, just make sure to get those in the mail by Friday. And feel free to contact our office if you need any assistance getting those submitted. So just a few announcements for the calendar as usual. We do have the New York Legal Assistance Group van in the district once again this month. It's actually tomorrow. I think our slots are full for this, but if you do have any pressing housing or benefits questions, just see me after and we'll see what we can do for you. That'll be available again next month as well. Coming up on Sunday, we will be having the mammogram bus in the district. That's through the American Italian Cancer Foundation. That's going to be at Salem Missionary Baptist Church at 305 East 21st Street. So there's a number on the flyer in the back if you want to schedule some time there. This coming Monday, we'll be having our last, for now, satellite offices in conjunction with Brooklyn Public Library. The next one will be at the BPL branch on Cortelli Road. So feel free to swing by. We'll just be giving our normal services there. But it's been a great opportunity to get out in the district with some of our counterparts. We'll have some folks there from Congresswoman Yvette Clark's office and Assemblymember Robert Carroll's office as well. Coming up on Sunday, April 7th, we will be having an e-waste recycling session. That's going to be at the Flatbush Food Co-op at 1415 Cortelli Road. And as usual, we offer all of our usual services at our district office at 930 Flatbush Avenue, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 5, and other times by appointment. You can give us a call if you need to, 718-287-8762. Again, 718-287-8762. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that info, Brian. So next up, we have Jay Taubman.
Hi, good evening. My name is Jay Taubman. I am the supervising librarian at Cortelli branch of the Brooklyn Public Library. Greetings from Brooklyn Public Library, and also congratulations to the new leadership here. Wish you luck. As of March, BPL is, as of March 1st, BPL is ending the COVID test distribution. Also, Ready Set Kindergarten, an early learning program for children ages 3 to 5, is a 6-week program that began March 2nd and will end at April 13th. It's on Saturday, for 6 Saturdays. Also, Browse the Branches is good for kids. Brooklyn Public Library has announced a challenge to New Yorkers to visit all 62 of Brooklyn Public Library's branches throughout 2014. You can pick up a passport at any of the Brooklyn Public Library's 62 branches, and everyone who finishes a passport by the end of 2024 will receive a special tote bag. The first 100 people to complete their passport will also receive a limited edition Brooklyn Public Library Ambassador Library Card. Last, the Cortelli branch calendar of events is on the table if you wish to pick it up. Thank you. Happy Ramadan and Purim.
Thank you very much for that information, Jay. So next up, we have Taisha Allen.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. I'm here representing Assembly Member Bernice Bashar Hermelin, in which she sends greetings as she is currently in Albany for the legislative session. The member also wishes all in observance a happy and peaceful Ramadan and congratulates Baza Rohi and the American Council of Minority Women on their successful food distribution, in which we enjoyed collaborating with her on yesterday. And also for those in observance, at the end of this month, happy Purim. This Wednesday, March 13th, the member will be hosting her annual Women of Distinction Award ceremony, honoring 8 dynamic women in the community and community engagement, housing and lifetime achievement award, just to name a few. That will be at Brooklyn College. I do have mailers and flyers at the desk. And coming down the line, we will also be having our annual senior luncheon on Thursday, May 16, which will be at this very location. So just look forward for the flyers that will be mailed to the individual homes. That's all the notices I have for this evening.
Thank you very much for that information, Taisha. So next up, we have Portia.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to try to make this short, but just know that it probably won't be. So please forgive me. First, just Happy Ramadan. May you be blessed with happiness and prosperity for everyone who celebrates. Happy Easter and Purim for those who celebrate as well. Congratulations to the new executive board. And all new members of CB17. Okay, so quick updates. I haven't been here since last year, but I know my colleagues have been here in the time being. Last 2 Thursdays ago, we had a rally at SUNY Downstate to save SUNY Downstate from closing. And so for those of you who are interested in continuing to fight the fight, please reach out to our office. But more importantly, please reach out to the governor and the chancellor and let them know how you truly feel. A couple of events that's happening in our office. On March 19th, which is next Tuesday, we'll be holding a housing resource fair at Lenox Road Baptist Church. That'll be from 11 to 3. I did send over the flyer to the community board. It's email today, so you probably see it tomorrow if you haven't seen it yet. Our new office hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Please feel free to call our office to make an appointment. Okay, a couple more things. SYEP, we are a provider. We are registered with the Research Foundation at Medgar Evers College. And so if you know any students who are looking to intern, please, our office is open. We are always looking to impart knowledge and community service on the youth so they know what it is to begin the process of working in the community and within an elected office. Every Wednesday from 11 to 5 p.m., we have Cuff in our office doing Housing Connect applications. We've been very successful in these past 6 months, and so we're very excited to continue to announce that if you need help with applying for Housing Connect, please reach out to our office, and I'm going to give all the information for the office after these updates. And yes, we have a housing resource guide in our office that our office created to inform our seniors. I said housing resource guide, senior resource guide, to continue to inform our seniors of all of the important things, whether it's where do you go for health insurance. It's a pretty thick booklet with a lot of information. So if you guys need any, we have a lot in our office. I am willing to drive it to CB17's office if you need any. 14, sorry. Okay, one more thing, if I can. New York State Community Toolkit is out. The New York Immigration Coalition developed this toolkit to provide a resource for community members and our partners and allies who work with them. And so it's updated on a regular basis. There's information in there about immigration, education, know your rights, hate crimes, all of those things. So if you need any of those things, we have those at our office as well. Our office is located at 1077 Nostrand Avenue. The number is 718-284-4700. And if you need my information, I'll be here until the meeting is over. I can send that out also. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that information, Portia. So next up, we have Eileen.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say congratulations to all the new officers and a big thank you to everyone who has served on this executive committee, and especially Joanne Brown. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just also wanted to shout out to everyone who contributed to the success of the youth conference. Our Deputy Borough President, Kim Council, attended the event, and I had a chance to chat with her today, and she was blown away. She really was. She had no idea that this took place, and she was just so enthusiastic about attending and thinks this should be replicated in other areas too. So thank you again. Lastly, our State of the Borough was rescheduled for Wednesday because we had that one snowstorm. So it's Wednesday at City Tech. There's some flyers in the back. If you haven't RSVP'd and you'd like to come, please come. Thank you.
All right, so that concludes our public session. Up.
Well, he can speak.
Okay. So,
Signed the wrong sheet.
yeah, so Abraham, yeah, go ahead, come up there. Our apologies, we got Abraham. Yes, please, come in, yep.
So, no, probably are. There's so many sheets to sign.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, get up there.
Well, some excitement. Good evening, everyone. My name is Avraham. I am representing Councilmember Farrah Lewis. I'd like to begin by joining the council member in honoring Women's History Month, wishing a Ramadan Mubarak to all of those who are observing, a happy Purim, and a happy Easter to all of those who are observing as well. I'd also like to begin with congratulations to Mr. Cesar on his appointment, and we look forward to working closely together in future. I'd also like to give a big thank you to Joanne Brown for everything that she has done, whether that is being kind enough to welcome me very kindly, no matter of the fact that I was just a brand new staff member, or just always working closely with our office. So thank you very much for that. And I'd like to congratulate all the new appointees to all the newly elected people to the board. Last month, our office hosted the Department of Buildings. A representative came to our office and was stationed there to support constituents with any DOB-related issues that they had. Councilmember Lewis, in partnership with the Department of Finance, hosted 2 sessions for property tax exemptions. One session was virtual and the next was in person. We were glad that constituents were able to sit down with representatives and partner housing agencies to get services that they needed. The council member attended the youth conference, and we want to congratulate Community Board 14 on its resounding success. The Mayor's Office of Recovery Operations serviced our district the week of February the 26th, and they were able to collect over 1,000 pounds of garbage from tree pits and from corners. In addition, the recovery team removed graffiti from 8 locations. Our office will be hosting a property tax exemption. We will be hosting 2 of them. The first one will be on Monday, and the second one will be on March 13th. This will be for property owners to come and see what tax assistance they can get or have any questions that they have answered. The Shirley Chisholm Women of Distinction Award ceremony will be taking place on March 16th at Sanders Studio. It will be happening in partnership with I Will Graduate, the Flatbush Development Corporation, and Girl Be Heard. Our Spring Carnival Fun Day will be on March 30th from 1 to 4 p.m. in partnership with Drum, Blueprint Audio Club, and Flatbush Development Corporation. And Take Back the Day Bike Ride will be on April 13th in partnership with the RISE Project and Elite Learners. More details will be given out once they are available. Lastly, we will be doing a Take Home a Free Tree event. So this will be a tree giveaway for anyone who is interested in getting a free tree to put in your backyard or garden or wherever that may be. It will be on April the 20th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. by the Wyckoff House Museum. I have a bunch of flyers with a QR code that you could scan if you'd like. As always, our office is located 1434 Flatbush Avenue. Our phone number is 718-629-2900, and I'll be hanging around afterwards if anybody has any other questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that information, Abraham. You don't need to apologize, we're all good. And so I believe District Manager Campbell.
I just want to, I don't want the meeting to end without me adding my congratulations to the Executive Committee. I look forward to working with you all in your new capacities. Carl, it's going to be great fun. But thank you to Steve and to Joe and to Joanne, who who brought the grace when I was bringing the grit. So that worked out just fine. Thank you all.
So with that said, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? At 8:13 p.m. Good night, folks.
Hey, how are you? Did you have a good time? Congratulations. Yeah, you picked a good one.